I am here at Okapi's training grounds and pitch with Coach Juan Orfila. How you doing, Juan?
All good. And you, Charlie?
I got your name good, huh?
Yeah, this time, yeah.
Captain or former captain, I'm not sure.
Still captain.
Keaton McLeavy.
How you doing?
Did I get McLeavy right? Because your dad complains a lot.
McLeavy, but yeah.
Okay. And Cruzado.
Yeah.
So, captain, and you're number 8, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Juan, tell us about, we want to talk about this game. First of all, I want to say I think it was something very, from my point of view, that I'm like looking like all Florida rugby, what's going on. I was very impressed of the decision that you guys made within this, you had like 3 weeks, like with no games, right?
Yep.
I do understand you were planning initially to go to North Carolina or
Yes,
something.
true.
But at some point you said, no, we're going to Texas and we're going to play number 1 in Alex Goff's ranking.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about, and that is sort of impressive. And not only like you took 2 teams, right? So U19s and U16s, correct?
Correct.
So this is a delegation of 60 people who's traveling?
60.
Organized in less than a couple of months.
Yep.
So tell me about that decision. What were you thinking?
As you were saying, we initially contact North Carolina, but it was probably hard to get a Sunday game, and we noticed that the cost was really high. So then we decided, okay, what's plan B, right? And say, considering the level, how the team is training, etc., and say, okay, why don't we go and challenge ourselves? And we contact Woodlands.
Were the kids involved in this decision to some point?
No.
It was a surprise? What was your reaction when you found out?
I was excited. If you want to be great, you have to verse the grade. So it's good competition for us, and even though it's in the middle of the season, it makes us better.
Luis, what were you thinking about what this game would sort of be?
I mean,
Before
I think
you played it, you know.
Yeah, I think we were all just grateful to see how we stack up against teams outside of Florida. And obviously, it's the toughest team we've played all season, so I think they definitely made us better.
Okay, so coach, you prepared for this game, I guess. You guys are one of the teams that practice the earliest, I believe.
Yeah,
right?
we started earlier,
September,
beginning of
right?
October.
So you've been training for a long time.
Yes.
Physically, the physical aspect was, I guess, in good shape. So what did you do specifically for this game?
I think the idea was, first of all, the previous 2 weeks was to train with the mentality has to be key, because we know it was going to be a really tough game. We want to travel. Traveling is also it's a challenge itself, the travel itself. You're not playing at home, different environment, tired because of the flight, etc. So we get ready, I think, mentally. From the game plan perspective, the focus was the defense, and we worked really hard during the week on the defense, mainly. We know that in offense, we know that the system works and pays. So the real focus was on the defense, right? So
Maybe
a lot of
because
focus
your defense had not been tested that much in the local tournament.
Well, it was.
It was.
But it defends really well.
Okay.
So I think we can say that, right? So we play. I think 3 of the games we play in the league, we ended in 0 points. I think we have an average of 5 points in 8 games.
Yeah.
So we are tested, but the guys are really good in defense.
So the game, here comes the game.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this game.
Yeah.
Do you think, I'll ask this to the kids,
Yeah.
were you like mentally in a different place for this game?
I think I prepare for every game, like my rituals every time for any game the same. It was more watching my boys. Some of them were nervous, and it was funny to see some of them nervous. And
Were you smacking them in the face just to get them ready?
Nah, I'm not that type of captain. But once the second you get hit on the rugby field, you feel fine. So I just took a couple of hits, and they felt great.
Well, both of you have had the experience playing for RAN, among other, and Jaguares. So you have been playing at other levels, of course. So how did the game develop? Because it was 15-10, you guys won at the end. So a close game.
Yes.
That probably just 2 penalties, so that means basically it was played a little bit in the middle, right?
It was in the middle. There were a couple of also kicks, right? Some lineouts probably between the 40, the 22. But yeah, when we had our chance to score at the beginning of the second half, we tried for the post and we made a penalty. I think that was the only clear probably option to kick. And then, as I think we talk, I think it was a defensive game, really strong defense from both teams. I think both teams know they can score, but we have in front a tough defense. So I think the type of pressure we put and Woodlands put on us generate a lot of mistakes, right? That's the purpose, right, on playing with pressure. So it was that kind of game. So I think we created a difference with that try after a line and a maul, something that we've been practicing a lot, that this guy can explain better.
Let's not give out the secrets.
Yeah. And then, yeah, they score a try after a knock-on, but they score, right? An interception. And the good thing is that I think the mentality that we've been showing is that no matter we get a score, to your point, we didn't get many, so you need to react to that, right? And after they scored the try, I think it was like 4 minutes after we were able to score a try again.
Right.
So I think that was mentally really good for us and probably a little shocking for Woodlands, right?
Let's talk for a second here about this try that coming out of the maul that was done by this gentleman, because we're playing the video of that. Because you watch the video and it's really sort of funny because it's just like really tight maul and you suddenly emerge from the middle of the maul and you slam the. Well, did you do that on purpose? Like.
So when I jumped, they grabbed my feet. So I went backwards and I had to jump to place it over. But
what was going on in that maul?
So if you watch the video, I threw the ball, caught it, and when I went to go catch the ball and hit the maul, I placed it behind my back. So I wasn't the one that went down. So once one of us went down, I was the one supporting. I was over the ruck and the scrum half hadn't gotten there yet. So I'm over the ball. I see a bunch of feet, and I just see like you're just like this, and you see the try open like that. So I just scooped it up, and I just took 2 steps and dove, and then they grabbed my ankles. I scored, and that was the first try.
And the other try was like played by one of the backs, right?
Yeah, by Matthew Arteta. It was like a 70-meter run.
It was crazy.
70.
Crazy. Yeah.
Unfortunately, we don't have video, right? There was some technical issues.
We have a video created with the photos.
The pictures I saw that.
Yeah, and yeah, it was amazing. I think he was able to avoid like 4 or 5 tackles. I think it was a counter-attack, and the good thing is that in the way we were set up on the field, he was against the forwards, right? And that gave us an advantage, and he was able to score. So it was amazing.
Those guys easier.
Yeah. He did a great job.
Not all of them, right?
No, not at all.
And what was the overall the environment of the game, the crowd, you know?
It was crowded. I think there was a lot of expectation. We were talking to the coaches before the game, and for them was like also an interesting challenge thinking on the nationals. So they thought that it was going to be a tough game that will prepare them for the nationals. So it was crowded. So a lot of Woodland supporters. We have our U16 watching the first half, and the families and the parents outside.
I was told that they were definitely quieter than you guys, because you guys are very noisy on the sidelines.
You have a video to prove
fans,
that?
Oh yeah, I do. Which is good.
Yeah, which is good. No, but
loud in the good sense. I mean,
but
supporters.
Something I really like, it was during the first half, the U16 was like cheering, and these guys from inside was like, no, stop, because they were like mentally focused. Yeah, I love that reaction from the team. Of course, it was fun to see the support that we were getting, but they wanted to keep it seriously, and they were really focused.
Luis, any difference you can tell us about playing a team from Texas and like a very good team for what you've been playing here in Florida?
Yeah, well, I like to think we take every game seriously, but obviously playing the #1 team in the nation gives you that extra motivation. So we definitely wanted to make sure we were all playing to our best.
But I mean, was it like very different the way they played?
Yeah.
In what sense?
I mean, they had both the physicality and the rugby like IQ, so I think they were just a good mix of both, which something we don't see a lot of in Florida.
Yeah, that's hard to put together.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything you want to add? I'm guessing the experience of traveling was a great one, of course. That's why I always say every team should have travel plans for the postseasons. In this case, you guys had this big break, so you took advantage of it.
It was great. I think with the same group we went to North Carolina when they were U16. It was a great experience. We played Tigers that time. That Tiger was really strong. Then I think last year we played the Minnesota champion. They came here. So having that experience of playing teams outside, it's a good way to understand where we are, right, and where the level is.
When are you going to Argentina to play? That would be a nice.
That would be beautiful. It would be an interesting.
What do you guys think? Would you like to travel to one of those countries, Argentina?
Yeah, higher level of competition is great. That's what we need. We need to raise the bar in Florida as well. We shouldn't have to go out of country to go versus a higher level of rugby.
I'm not sure you're going to win down there, but who knows?
You never know.
Well, I'm going to let you get on with your training. Finals, semi-finals soon.
Yeah, so now the focus is there now. The tour is over, right? We have a game next weekend with Jacksonville or Gibbons that we know is going to be tough. It's a semi-final. It's one game. You lose, you're out. So the focus is on that game. Something I want to mention, Charlie, that I think is really important from the tour, going back to it, is that the feeling we had is that we represented Florida, right? And I think that every club in Florida needs to be proud of the effort of going out and the result, and I encourage all of them to try and go out, right? I think it's really important for all of us, and we are really proud to represent Florida in the way we did.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you very much. I'll be seeing you guys around.
Yeah.
Captain or ex-captain, we'll see later. Okay, because he was late today. Okay. Say hi to your dad. Thank you guys and good luck. Always a pleasure.
Thank you, Charlie.
Bye bye. Buenas tardes, estoy aquí en este hermoso parque en Weston de Okapi Wanderers con el director de rugby, José Codoni.
Así es.
¿Cómo está, José?
Muy bien, gracias.
Tú no hace mucho que estás acá y tu función es director de rugby, que es una posición que no todos los clubes tienen acá en Estados Unidos a nivel juvenil. Contanos un poquito primero de tu experiencia como jugador y entrenador en la Argentina, que sé que es bastante extensa.
Bueno, yo jugué en el Santa Fe Rugby Club, en el club de mi ciudad, hasta menores de 19 años. Después fui a estudiar a Rosario, volví, jugué un año más en primera. Posterior a eso empecé a entrenar, entrené infantiles, entrené juveniles y entrené el plantel superior durante 5 años. Bueno, después de eso, hace 2 años empezamos a viajar a Estados Unidos y a partir de agosto del año pasado estamos acá.
¿Cómo te vinculaste con Okapi?
Vinimos a vivir a Weston y somos fanáticos del rugby y nos acercamos porque mi hijo juega en la U19 y bueno, a partir de eso llegamos acá a Okapi.
Eso es bastante común por lo que veo, ¿no?
Sí.
Vamos a Estados Unidos, ¿dónde hay rugby? Bueno,
así
ahí,
es. Llegamos
cerca de ahí.
Llegamos a Weston por Okapi.
Me imagino que te recibieron con los brazos abiertos, porque acá los entrenadores, bueno, no en este club que tiene mucho, ¿no? Pero en general es una cosa, y con experiencia además, una experiencia como la tuya, son muy codiciados.
Sí, la verdad que el año pasado...
Estás como en casa acá, ¿no?
Así es. Aparte hay mucha gente argentina que tenemos los mismos códigos y los mismos valores dentro del rugby y nos hace fácil trabajar.
Claro.
Y bueno, a partir de este año lo que tratamos de ordenar y con Mariano lo que me pidió fue armar un plan de trabajo que incluya a todas las divisiones de Okapi. Y bueno, empezamos a dividiendo en 2 grandes grupos, los menores de 12 años y los mayores. Los menores que hagan un trabajo exclusivamente lúdico y los mayores que hagan un trabajo ya con desarrollo de destrezas.
14 en adelante.
14 en adelante. Desarrollo de destrezas, desarrollo de juego y desarrollo de la parte física.
Eso quiere decir que todos los equipos de Okapi, digamos, juegan parecido o ese es el objetivo?
Sí, digamos, sí. Empezamos a jugar en los 14 años de determinada manera para llegar a los 19 ya con un sistema de juego. Los 14 años es mucho más libre.
Claro.
La idea es que los chicos vayan aprendiendo y vayan explorando el juego. Y lo que vamos enseñándole es qué funciones van cumpliendo según el rol que le toca ocupar.
¿Qué fue lo que te llamó la atención cuando llegaste y empezaste a mirar? Digo, no solamente Okapi, pero en general el rugby juvenil así. ¿Qué fue lo que te llamó la atención en cuanto a diferencias entre cómo se juega en la Argentina y cómo se juega aquí?
Bueno, básicamente a favor de lo que se ve en Estados Unidos, dos cosas. Es la infraestructura. Acá hay una infraestructura excelente y eso es buenísimo. Y lo otro es que los chicos son mucho más agresivos para jugar y eso hace que sea mucho más rápido el aprendizaje. A nosotros allá nos cuesta trabajar muchas veces el temor al contacto y el temor en el juego, los chicos más chiquitos. Es un trabajo que se hace y yo veo que acá de chiquitos ya los chicos no lo tienen. No sé si es por el fútbol americano o por qué, pero realmente la agresividad en el juego es mucho más alta. Entonces eso nos permite trabajar más rápido. Y en favor de Argentina, en Argentina tenemos mucho más conocimiento del juego. Acá los chicos son mejores atletas probablemente, o el mismo nivel de atletas, pero allá tenemos mayor conocimiento del juego. Y bueno, lo que tratamos de hacer acá este año fue enseñarle a jugar. Ese fue el objetivo.
Contame un poquito de este partido que fueron a jugar a Texas contra el que está rankeado según Alex Goff como número 1.
Sí.
¿Cómo fue esa experiencia para ti como entrenador? Me imagino que una gran satisfacción porque ganaron ese partido.
Sí.
Digamos la verdad que acá en la escena local este año ha coincidido que ustedes como que tienen un equipo que está haciendo pico, sí, y todo el resto de los equipos están un poco flojos, ¿no? Entonces la necesidad de competencia me imagino que lo llevó a buscar eso. ¿Cómo fue esa experiencia?
Mira, primero con respecto a lo local, no tengo experiencia de los años anteriores, con lo cual no sé para hablar de los demás equipos. Lo que sí logramos nosotros este año es desarrollar un juego bastante más amplio, más abierto, y eso nos permitió marcar más puntos. Y sobre eso todo lo que trabajamos este año fue la defensa. Estamos terminando la fase regular con creo que 6 puntos en contra de promedio, es decir que nos fue muy bien. Y con respecto a Texas, bueno, fue una experiencia bárbara porque nos encontramos con un viaje que en lo humano fue excelente, padres, entrenadores, dirigentes, jugadores, fue realmente muy bueno, y nos encontramos con un equipo que tenía un muy buen nivel, que jugamos de igual a igual, donde las defensas fueron las que tomaron el poder del partido. Y a nosotros una experiencia bárbara, porque hasta ahora no habíamos tenido una experiencia donde las defensas habían sido tan duras y tan fuertes y no pudimos utilizar las herramientas adecuadas. Era un partido que podríamos haber hecho cosas mucho más interesantes, pero bueno, no tuvimos la experiencia para resolverla en el partido. Así que bueno, ahora vamos a trabajar eso.
Buenísimo. ¿Te pensás quedar por acá, no?
Sí, hasta el año que viene seguro. Sí, el año que viene seguro.
¿Algún plan contame de los Miami Sharks, cuál es tu impresión? Tú no vas a ser el entrenador, ¿no?
No.
Porque todavía no sabemos, entonces...
nada que ver.
Preguntando.
Nosotros acá estamos trabajando en Okapi y estamos tratando de desarrollar los mejores jugadores posibles. Vamos a trabajar en Jaguares también, vamos a acompañar el proceso de Jaguares y tratar de desarrollar también el rugby de la Florida. Y después, ojalá Miami Sharks pueda abastecerse de jugadores locales para jugar mejor al rugby, ¿no? Y tener un buen rugby acá local.
¿Te parece que va a ser una cosa como productiva para ustedes directamente, así para él?
Y yo creo que el desarrollo del rugby y tener un equipo profesional acá y nos va a dar muchísima exposición y eso va a traer chicos a jugar al rugby y si traen chicos vamos a tener mejores equipos y un mejor juego. Creo que va a ser muy bueno, ese sería el objetivo, digamos.
Bueno, espero ver usted tiene una linda barra hinchada, sí, bastante ruidosa, muy divertida. Espero verlas en alguno de esos partidos cuando jueguen acá, marquen su presencia ahí.
Ojalá que estemos ahí y bueno, ahora prepararnos para las 2-3 semanas próximas que jugamos las finales.
Bueno, espero que les vaya muy bien.
Bueno, muchísimas
José,
gracias.
Muchas gracias.
No, gracias a vos.
Te dejo trabajar.
Dale, nos vemos.
Gracias. Chao. Hi everybody, I'm here at Okapi's practice grounds and their main field in Weston with two parents, Martías and Danny. Oh, almost. How you guys doing?
Good, great. Thank you. Good, yeah.
Beautiful day today
Amazing
for
day
practice.
for rugby, yeah.
Are you guys also coaches or you're just parents?
No, just parents.
Just parents. But you like to hang out here?
Absolutely, we have fun.
Okay, so what I wanted to let's talk about this trip that you guys did.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit from the parents, how did you live that? Because it was, I can put myself in your place in one of those games. I don't know what you were expecting because I think you just didn't know what was going to happen, right?
Yeah.
So how was that game from your perspective? And
The game was an amazing game. I mean, it was tough, really tough for the kids. They did a great job. They put everything that they have and more than that. They have fun. At the end, they have fun. They were really, really excited. You see them at night after the game, and it was amazing. I mean, all the sensation going around the kids was amazing.
a lot of screaming during the game.
By the parents more than the kids. They were very well controlled. I'm not sure about us whether we were as controlled. The emotions were so high. I think it was so exciting. It was end to end. It was the toughest test they've had.
Absolutely.
And I think they rose to the occasion. It was amazing to be there. It was so good.
Great experience for them.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, as a parent, which I'm also a parent of rugby players, fortunately. What would you say to other parents why rugby is such a great sport for kids?
Oh, well, for me, it's a unique sport. It's to build memories, friendships, to know how to teamwork, to know ethic, to know have fun in a good way. Whatever are you doing this or the other, you have fun. It's a sport for big, tall, short, fat, thin, whatever. But the main thing for me is that the rugby form the behavior, the personality of the kid. Absolutely, that's unique.
You told me your son also had played soccer. So,
Yeah.
what is different? Like not in the specific sport, but like the surroundings of the sport in rugby.
I find that rugby teaches more of a respectful approach to the game. Even how you approach the referee, how you approach the team that you're playing against. And I see a difference in my son since he started playing rugby in terms of how he approaches the game, how he behaves before, after a game, in terms of acknowledging the other teams, in terms of the handshake, the greeting. It's just completely different. It teaches them another level of respect.
So, well, thank you. I hope to see you guys for a long time. I hope your kids, you said your kids 6 years, each of your kids playing.
Yep.
Yes.
What position?
But hooker.
Hooker, and yours?
Front row.
Oh, so they're right together. Very good.
Yes.
And I mean, the friendships, I don't know, I forgot to ask you, I know you played rugby, I'm not sure about you.
Yeah, I used to play.
Both played rugby, so you know the friendships that you develop
For the whole life.
through the times, and now you can see this like being done by your kids.
Big time,
So-
no, the friendship and the memories. I mean, you mentioned about the tour. I mean, the memories that the guys build during the tour, it's outstanding. They will remember that for life. All the things that they did.
Guys, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I'll see you on the sidelines.
Absolutely.
Don't scream too much, okay? You guys have a great fan base, let me tell you. I really like, Okapi's. They're like,
No, we have fun. No, being honest, we really have an amazing tour. The kids tour and the parents tour. Was in a parallel. We were having fun.
did you hear how many parents traveling?
Almost 21, I think.
20 parents.
Yes,
Wow.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
And 50, almost 60 kids.
Yeah, I'm hoping, because this is like a huge trip. I'm hoping to talk to Maria about logistics.
No,
So just people know how.
no, being honest, we are not recording. Maria being on top of everything. I mean, cleaning, getting the jerseys ready, the kids having. Maria is in charge of everything. Maria is amazing.
Hi everybody, I'm still here at Okapi in a beautiful evening at their practice. I'm talking with Sebastián Gómez. He's coach of strengthening and conditioning.
Yeah.
Which is something that maybe it doesn't sound very glamorous, but I can tell you it's like the foundation of your team.
That's right.
We were just talking about with Coach Juan that he could see that last year that was something that you guys were lacking a little bit. So this season you sort of paid more attention. Just tell us about what was done to get your team prepared for the 70 minutes.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We noticed that we have a little bit of a weakness on the strength and conditioning side, not only in U19 but mainly in all divisions. So as a club, we decided to put a focus on that. So together with Pablo Parada, we decided 2 years ago to put a little bit more focus on strength and conditioning. So we developed a plan for U16 and 19 mainly, where we track the performance of all the players and we plan ahead every training. We started in a preseason in October, back in October last year, starting with a lot of aerobic training, 3 months in, and then we switched gradually to anaerobic training, and the difference is amazing. The guys now can be performing in the same level throughout the 70 minutes, and not only that, we lowered the injuries. We usually got to the end of the season. We usually got with a lot of injuries, and the team was exhausted. Here in Florida, we have a lot of very aggressive teams and big teams.
And it's very hard.
Yeah, it's very hard. So that affected the performance because of the injuries and the tiredness, basically. So we decided to put a focus on that, and we've been working hard for the last 2 years with Pablo Parada, making a plan, consulting other sources here in the United States, in Florida, tips and ideas, and we're making a lot of progress so far.
And you're actually keeping data about
Correct.
Every kid and like seeing his progress.
Yeah, we measure a lot of things for the kids and for the club itself. So we have average for the forwards, average for the backs, for 16 and for 19, and we measure the progression. And we see if one is getting behind or is fast or slow or strength or weak.
Yeah, I sometimes wonder when it's minute 65 or 68, how can these guys still be running and
Yeah.
Do you think this was a little factor in your trip to Texas?
Yeah. We've been practicing and planning for the whole season. The Texas trip was like a culmination of it. It was a hot day, so it affected a lot our performance. But nevertheless, we did great. The boys stood up amazingly, and we think that we will maintain the same performance and level of at least physically for the semifinals and hopefully for the finals. Yeah.
Coming up. Okay. Well, very interesting. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
And I'll see you around.
For sure. Yeah, go Okapi.
Go Okapi.
Thank you.
Hi everybody, I'm here with María Vanegas. Many people know her. If you have been to Okapi, she's like the queen here. And you know who the king is, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it remains anonymous.
Exactly.
Yes.
Maria, you do one amazing job. I'm always telling you, I'm always trying to get you on camera because I just think it's a successful club cannot exist if it doesn't have people like really working hard on the stuff that is not fancy and you don't see it on the pitch. So, and I know that that's your role here, and so I just want to, for one, congratulate you because I know you did a great job.
Thank you, Charlie.
Everybody knows that. And specifically talk a little bit about this trip you guys did and what was needed to be done to get this trip on track and not lose any players on the way. So, because I understand that you didn't have too much time, right?
No, we did not.
It sort of came up.
Right. It was a big undertaking, but I obviously didn't do it by myself.
No, of course.
It's administration, not just Maria. So we just had to start from the beginning, figure out where we're going to go once we got the dates, and they said yes. So we're like, okay, let's start working, getting everybody on board, making sure they wanted to go and who was going. And then after that, just, everything from getting the flights, getting the hotel, getting all their food, and also getting the parents involved as far as getting their insurances, liability forms. So like you said, it's pretty much all the things that people don't want to do.
And we're talking about what, 60 people traveling here?
Yes, 60 people, not including the coaches and the managers.
A lot of paperwork, I can imagine.
A lot of paperwork, a lot of double checking from other hands and other eyes, yes.
And do you have? This is of course a huge, one of the biggest clubs, probably in the country. You know, you have
The biggest.
It is okay. I don't follow those stats. But so do you have? I'm guessing that you do have like a nice system of support from parents and other people. That
Yes, we do. We go not only
you know what I'm
parents.
telling you, because you can see some teams that it's just this poor coach who is doing everything.
I know a couple of
and
coaches
I
like
see
that.
like in your club, you know, you guys have a lot of support. I think probably that's something you have like.
Yeah, we do.
try
And
to get
we're
it going,
fortunate to have parents that are involved and that give their time voluntarily. They come out. They're not only just parents, but also they become team managers. And we even have a couple that's a wife and husband. So it's kind of like, it becomes a family thing.
Yeah.
So they become our family, our extended family. They help me, Maria, what do you need? Do we need to get the dirty clothes? Do we need to wash it? I'm very fortunate. So in this trip, the parents that came along, they helped, and then they made their own trip, and they had fun.
Okay.
Yes.
That's really great. What does a team manager do exactly?
A lot. We go from buying ice to keeping score to putting, put nosebleeds down and checking everything that you don't need to check. Make sure that their kits are good. Make sure that it fits properly. It's a lot. It's a lot.
I also want to ask you, I don't know if you can give us any numbers, but when people maybe think of traveling, the first thing is, oh, it's too expensive, right? I know you did some fundraising, and I guess part of it also was just paid by the parents.
Yes.
I don't know if you can give me
Yes.
some kind of numbers.
We did.
Or sort of, I just want for the clubs to know this is something you can do, right?
Yeah, definitely.
It is affordable.
Definitely. What we've done before, the previous tour to this one, we did a raffle where the parents, again, helped us to get prizes, each individual with their own thing. And then we sold the raffles. All the kids had to sell at least one book, which consisted of 20. Thank you, Charlie, for buying 2 tickets.
Well,
Sorry you didn't get
I
the
used to
raffle.
buy the whole book, and when I had my kids doing this. So.
But yeah, it was about like $300 each kid to bring in.
Oh, okay.
So the targeted budget was $685 per person. So at least that helped the parents with half to be able to go to this tour. And then additionally, we did, as a team, U16 and U19, a car wash. And
I saw
that was
that.
generated about $700, I'm sorry. So it was nice. It was really good. It was a good help.
So it's cheaper than going to Disney and much more fun, of course.
Definitely more fun.
Okay. So, well, I just hope, because you don't see too many clubs doing this kind of stuff, but it is possible. It just takes planning, and I think it's so important to drag the parents in nicely for them to start doing things, even little things, because then
Yeah.
you never know.
Definitely.
Maybe.
Yeah, and I think that's what it's become.
So you have your
after-
princesses, right?
Yeah.
You're the queen,
I
your
mean,
princesses, the
it's
king
not.
is
It's
over there.
the king is somewhere around there. It's always lurking in the corner. But no, it's they see what not only myself but also my team managers what they do, and they see the hard work that we put on. And it's not just to say this is what I do. No, this is what everybody should do as a team and as a club, because at the end of the day, it's not, my kids might leave, but this has to continue. So they learn, and we know that we leave it into good hands.
I probably think that many parents see what a big difference rugby is in the life of their kids, so they are more keen to help out because they see it's something really great, like no other sport.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, it does. It does.
I think
Especially
that's-
my kids have learned a lot. They've made new friends, and myself, personally, I have a new extended family. So for me, it's a bonus to come
You
here
have a
with
new
my
what?
brujas,
You
like
have a new
somebody
what, sorry?
calls it, a new family.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have my girls, I have my parents that come.
Nice.
And I wanted to mention to you, after the trip in Texas and the previous one we've had, parents that don't normally come down, especially U19, they just drop them off, or the big ones drive themselves. They stay here a little bit and speak to each other because they went on tour together.
Yeah.
They went out, and now they know each other. They're
Yeah, of
friends
course,
now.
of course.
So
Yeah,
that's a
that's
good
great.
part.
Okay, it's off camera, but we have a couple of dogs, nice dogs here that are trying to get into the way.
Sorry.
Maybe they want to be on camera. Maria, thank you very much.
You're very welcome,
You're
Charlie.
so hard to get, but finally, I'm glad I got you.
It's not going to happen
I
again,
know,
so
I
enjoy
know,
it.
I know. Okay. I'll see you around as usual.
Thank you, Charlie.
Have my food ready.
I will have your lasagna
exactly,
ready. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I got you.
And the beer. Don't tell God. Okay.
I won't tell.
Okay. Thank you.